Welcome back to Workers and Resources in a Soviet Republic where we're building it all ourselves. When we went off last time, there was a minor problem down here with these. Yes, these bastards. And it seems that I've been working quite a lot on it, and it seems there is a bug. If they arrive after running out of fuel, then they will not be able to refuel if they don't have any fuel. Yeah, I know, it doesn't make any sense, but that's how they made it. I've reported the bug, of course, and yeah, well, let's see if they fix it. I somehow doubt it, and I think they will be more busy adding new equipment. But if you go in here, and then you say, well, instead of building them ourselves, then we just buy one. I do hope this works, because it did when I tested it. Then you just wait a little bit, and yeah, of course, nothing happens. And that is with good reason, because we did it in the wrong place. We go over here, then let's say we sell this one, because why wouldn't we? Because we build it, so now we sell it. Then we go in, and we buy another one. That's 2,000 rubles more expensive. Yes? And off the little car goes. Things like that make me very, very, very unhappy. But at least I've solved the problem. So, half an hour we spent last time milling about with these? Well, and we delete the grain storage from this one. Yeah, sure. We have little cars going around. Now we will go over here. Come on. It's really, really annoying that I have to sell my vehicles to get it to work. It's making me super, super, super unhappy. But I just want to set this up so it works. And all of a sudden the little cars will go around, round, round. It does not make me happy. And of course, I experimented a little bit off screen. That's why I haven't been taping for a few days, to figure out what to do, and is there something to do about it? Well, yes, there is. And I'll show you in a little bit of a minute, because I'm not gonna do it, because it takes simply too long, and it is too expensive, and it's simply stupid. what I did, why are you not moving out? Ah. Oh, you go load. I guess you'll load grain because it's the only thing you got. Sure. Okay. What I did was that I took a look at one of the uh, forklifts that I sent from the vehicle production line, and then I saw when they ran out of fuel, and that was about here. They could get to around here. So down here I built a new garage, and then I hope they would just drive in there and refuel on the way. No. Then I attached a silo and made sure they ran completely out of fuel while they were attached to this garage. Then it worked. Then I could take them from that garage and send them on to this garage. And if somebody sits out there and say, that just sounds wrong, well, I totally agree. Yeah, we are in utter agreement. Yes. That did not make any sense. So, one problem has been solved. It wasn't my fault, I'm very happy to say. I don't know if there are any other solutions. I may not have thought of it, but at least I figured out, well, part of a solution to something. If they're building already, you go ahead. Make your bed. Yes. By the way, what are you building? A hopper. Another hopper. How many cars have you stuck in here? 3. Yeah, that's not gonna do us any good, is it? Well, maybe it is. Maybe we can test it as soon as they finish this one. Build me a new locomotive. The smart thing would be to have one of the cheap locomotives in the train depot, but then I need to buy another blueprint to build one locomotive. And that's not gonna happen. And we just send this train and the locomotive in to get us some cars. And they will go pick up the cars we've built. We can't see it, but it's happening over here. Oh, there we are. There we go. 4 cars attached. And away you go. That's nice, isn't it? When you go into the train depot, and then they dislodge the cars because it's not supposed to be going anywhere else. Now we just have to thank you. That. Have to be very precise when we drop it off. And sure enough. Well, that wasn't too bad. We are going to go down here. We are going to load. Then we are going somewhere. Up here. No. Further afield. Yeah. We're getting too close, you know? And we'll just delete those two first. Because you just can't delete the ones you've already got there. No, 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 no. Not when you're in a depot or anywhere else. You know what? I want some iron. I don't care what you unload, as long as you only load iron. That should not be able to be wrong. But I'm sure I will prove you wrong. Sure. Then now, in theory, this should be a one-way street. And everything should be good, and everyone should be happy. Yeah. And my name is Knut. That's not gonna happen. No one will be happy. Everything will be wrong. Sure of it. I want the option to go that way. If I should, for some reason, decide to do so. Well, well, well. Okay. Why not? Why do you think we have a problem? If we say that no one is allowed to go up, oh dear, what a terrible noise. Yeah, that happens now and then. Just making sure that we get some work done. Sure, why not? That's lovely. Because that's such a marvelous sound. Just going back down. But up here, we cannot do the same. course it did. Why wouldn't it? Hopefully, that train should decide to go over on this track. It did. That's a bit surprising. That it did as it's supposed to do, yeah, that is surprising. Because I'm laying the tracks here. And this also has to be a dual track, because only one way you can get in there. I would say we need no. No. Don't you even think so. Yeah. One-way street only. That means that track is never gonna get used. Hopefully. What have we got here? 431. I don't know if everybody figured out what I'm trying to do here. I kept running out of storage capacity in my warehouse because, oh dear, there was a fire and I didn't notice. So now I'm trying to, it will pump crops into this automatically, into this grain silo automatically. The problem is it won't send them back. So they're pumping them into this one automatically. Okay, sure thing. Then I'm moving them to this silo, then I'm moving them to this silo, and then I'm moving them back to the warehouse. You could easily argue that that is a horrible waste of fuel, and I'd say you're right. I don't think this is a very smart thing to do, but I just wanted to try something out, and I actually didn't know that the forklifts were using fuel. Maybe some electrical forklifts? I know they exist, but when they were made and stuff like that, but this is the 1982, and if you're using a forklift more or less inside, then you would not be using a diesel or fuel-based one. That would be, let's just call it bad. So there should be an electric one. I don't know if this is sufficient to keep this going, and how much of this we will be able to use, but let's have a look at it. I don't know how many forklifts I will need either, but it doesn't matter. We'll just buy some because we can't build some. And I got plenty, and yeah, maybe I should keep them until further noticed. I don't know. I was thinking of taking this one. Pick up stuff here. Sell it down here. Go. Then we can just, clear out some of all these vehicles. We've got too much stuff in here. Last chance to buy? Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. Anything of any importance? No, no. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 that's wrong. That's all wrong. No. I've been downloading a few more mods for something. I must admit I don't use that many of them. But I am planning on doing a little bit. Train. Okay, trams are also considered trains. Yeah. You? Of course you're confused. Why wouldn't you be? What are you confused about? You can't get out of the station because, yes, you can't. Because I made this a one-way track. And of course here should have been a switch. But it is not. No. Okay. Well, but since we don't have no other trains, then we're just gonna undo the work we did earlier. And just remove this one. And remove this one. And this one, and this one. Sure. And up here you're allowed to go. There you are allowed to go. I just thought I had a switch down there. Maybe I was thinking about having one, but didn't. Yes. No, that's definitely not the thing to put there. And we need, there you are. Let's have a little look at how much crops we have lying around. We got nothing left down here. And some of it has been piled up because the train has not been performing optimal. Yeah, I think we can say so. 124. Sure. And then the one we got up here is probably overflowing. Yes, good. Doing as expected. How are you? Okay, somebody is not producing enough food. Okay. That must mean that you have enough crops, right? Yeah, mountains. That means that you're not getting enough workers. Oh. Well, now you're definitely getting more. You got 50. You lower a bit. There you are. Why not? Okay. And you are waiting here for that one to move, and now it did. And all is good. And nothing has arrived up here. Oh dear. I normally don't name my units, but I have been asking for the possibility to make. And then you change the brand name. Okay. That's for the fun. Call this one first. Yes, I said first. Fuel. Train? Yeah, I know they got bitumen in them, and let them have it. This we're gonna call it the no grain train. Excellent. And you're stuck. Where? There. 3. Why did you go up there? Why didn't you just stay? There. Yeah, signal was missing. Is a really bad thing to be building something while you are also using the trail, but I don't really have a choice, do I? I simply suffer from a lack of decent planning. That's not a good thing to suffer from. And especially not when I'm the very cause of the bad planning. Then it's a tad annoying. Looking into something and considering yourself to be the very cause of the problem, you know what? That was exactly what I wanted to avoid. And as I remembered, yeah, there's, thank you, there's no switch. No. Where do you belong? Why are you there? You shouldn't be. There's no reason for this dude not to be moving unless, of course, I turned off time. You're just causing misery. Sure. Okay. Wing. Uh, oh, I forgot to change the name of the ship. Of course I did. Iron. Train. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can do that down here somewhere. Maybe here. Well, no. That's not what I wanted. No, 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 no. That does not look right to me. Okay, that does not look too bad. That looks fine. And that looks fine. Okay. Bill, what do you mean connection does not exist? I know what you mean. Yes. Because I actually never... This is gonna go badly. I just know that. Because now we have several trains doing the same thing. Why are you trying to get onto that track? Rather you didn't. Did you for some reason ask yourself what is the stupidest thing that I could possibly do? When a train does like that, it does not make me happy. And then we disconnected power. Okay, how does that do with those up here? Well, shouldn't be confused. Why are you confused? No, you're not confused anymore. It's not always I'm completely happy with the decisions that my trains are making. Cargo wagons. We just need to make hoppers for the first long time. No. Did we? Is that it? Okay. Ah. Okay. Yes. We we sent. No, that's wrong. Okay, sent kind of the wrong car. Okay. I just want to set. Now that I lost them. There you are. Two vehicle production depots, so I can move vehicles from this place, from the vehicle production line, and move them out if I'm gonna need them, or else I'm just gonna sell them. theory, my train is coming. In principle, my train is stuck. No, it's altogether disappeared. Well, that's unfortunate. It must have unloaded already. It must have. It has. And we are slowly chewing through our iron. That actually means that we have achieved our final goal. We are now, in this, our 200th episode, fully self-reliant. We got everything. Just need to move a little bit more iron, but we got it all. It's done now. We are done for. That's kind of cool, I think. We're fully self-reliant. That means that the only thing we need to do now is import blueprints. We just have to buy those, and then we're done. Just while these are doing nothing, they can just be set to start building houses up here. It's not connected yet. Build this one. Sure. You go ahead. Oh dear, more fires. Our town is burning, and we have no water. Because that's not something you use in this game, so that's why we don't have any. Also, I'm pretty sure that was one of the things I would have focused on. And by the way, water's not planned for this game, if you care. Don't know if you do. And then we ran out of our own iron, but that's not the point. You. Now we are importing iron again. I'm not particularly happy. No, I'm not. Come on. How are we doing over at our new grain circle? Crop circle? Oh dear. That brings kind of a wrong association to me, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, you gotta wait until loaded thingy. Sure. That means that we can. No, that was not supposed to. Thank you. 2. Sure. And I have been thinking. One of my. No, that's not it. In my mod over here, I had a bigger. Okay. You know what? I got bulldozers. I'll win in the end, but not if I'm doing it like this, because this is not gonna get good. This is gonna be a problem for me. I just never built one of these. Bigger forklift garages. Someone quickly modded it one and well, I'm gonna build one. Because that's what we do. We're building it all ourselves. Yes, we are. Come on. Be fresh. They're all out and being busy. They're all out being busy. They're all being busy. It could be nice if you could just set it to open the same place where you shut it. Also, if you could you can just do like this. But I would love if you could just lock it there, because that's what you normally need. So it automatically opens up where you left it off. That would be nice. You're stuck. 3. Why are you stuck? Because we need this one? Yeah. Why? Does this one want to be red? Why are you taking the in a road? In a route? Sorry. Because you have to. Because you're going there. Mm. Sure. Yes. This seems okay. Until now. Well, that's not gonna last. I promise you. Mm. Where are our bricks? Don't got that many bricks left. Mm. Okay. What's happening? 100 people has fled. It's deeply frustrating that you just get a notice that 100 people has left. You don't know why, and you don't know where. And the where is, well, if you knew where they were leaving from, you had a chance, then you can actually go investigate. But there is no overview. And that, I say that's one of the really big things when you leave your first little town and then you go off. There is no way of following information. Someone would say build accounting officers. Yes, and they will tell me that 500 people has escaped since this thing was built. Give me a time period, maybe. That would be nice. That's the really big problem. If there is a problem, nobody's telling you. You can't get the information. You have to go and look at every single building. It's not even like you can go into the overview. Well, you couldn't at least. I don't hope they've changed it. But, well, actually, I hope they did. So you could go in, for instance, when you were looking at, let's find them here, residentials. Maybe another picture for residentials or something where you could see some of the problems, so you could do something about it. I do know that this is a Soviet Republic and the chances of complaints actually reaching the higher echelons are, well, probably rather slim, and if they reach them they would just be dismissed as not, yeah, you know the deal. But that's not the point. I'm actually trying to make the world a better place, and since nobody's telling me what's actually the problem, then it becomes rather hard to do anything about it. And that micromanagement part, because you can micromanage your way out of it, but that becomes very, very, very tedious, because you have to go in and look at every bloody building, and that's not worth it. Right now I'm just burning time because we have achieved all our goals. So the thing that is left to do now is start optimizing the city. I actually don't know if I'm gonna do that. Because we are now self-reliant. We don't need to import anything at all. We can simply stop the imports. Now that someone has decided to import meat somewhere, but that you can just go figure out and remove. Stop that again. I don't know why that just happened. I do believe we have plenty of meat. I believe we have plenty of meat. We have no meat. You have no meat. And go on. Somebody must be going the other way. Okay, sure. Our meat production has collapsed for no utterly apparent reason, other than that they just didn't want it to. That's another of the problem, is that you have no movement of people. They're not moving to get a job. Why would they? This is a Soviet Republic. Yeah, I know the arguments. And I've had quite some difficulties getting people to move around as I wanted them to. That's one of the things I really have to work with, figuring out how to do something about that. Come on. 12,000. That means we lost 3,000 citizens. As they're dying by enormous numbers. That's one. That's another thing I've not yet been able to fix in this game. I very often get to the point where they are not self-supportive. They're not having enough children, you know, have to launch Operation Rabbit or something. Because they never do that. And I've very rare hear this mentioned when I'm, you know, sitting on YouTube watching videos. People are very rarely addressing it. So I guess it's, well, either they haven't noticed or it's not that big a problem. But to me it is a significant problem. But not from changing the subject, away from that we have achieved all our goals. We are now self-reliant. We are producing, well, let's try and have a little look. Yeah, well, the meat thing is a current and passing problem. But the worst thing is that you don't get the information you need to fix the problem. That's a bit annoying, rather frustrating. Closest fire station was alerted. I can just sum up what I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of building a little bit down here where I'm building new 2 vehicle depots to receive the vehicles that I need to store. I think that should have been done a lot earlier. I'm of course building more trains because, well, 10,000 work days for one of these, that's gonna take some time. So you need to have a couple of them in reserve. We have our radio station that's running quite nicely, educating people, cultural, and making them a little bit happier. That possibly can't hurt. Up here, well, my long-term plan was to make, well, something like this and build a TV station, so you could have a, you know, media area, but not needed. And of course, the city I built here was never in any way ever intended to have anything to do with ships. And well, ships are really good for moving large chunks of, material, but we're not doing that. So it doesn't really matter. We are simply doing it all ourselves. And that's what is all important. What are you doing? You got nothing. How is iron running off? That's odd. Shit. They probably all died or something. No problem. But I think you need to, every time you played for an hour, then you need to spend at least 15 minutes organizing or reorganizing the city and looking at happiness levels and stuff like that to keep them more or less not running away. I really need more information available about what is doing what and where. For instance, some possibilities of a menu where you can say, for instance, different causes of unhappiness and then put them in colors around the map. For instance, well, out of power and stuff like that, because I know you can use the night circle for cyclists for that, but I never used because it takes too much of the game time off. But maybe you should use the game time to look at buildings and figure out how the people are doing and what they're running around with. But it becomes a lot of microing. I like microing, but still, that's overdoing it. That's a bit too much. And the reason why we're so far behind in train building and stuff like that is because they, of course, were just introduced. But still, we need to. The only thing we need is to ram up the city. The rest of it is done by now. We could actually shut down our train builders because they're not in use anymore. But I'm not going to do this. This is the last episode of this series. 200 episodes. Yeah, you suffered enough. But I would have liked to see this one being built, but well, we're not going to experience that, I guess. Oh, too far. Yeah, but it's just a bigger warehouse. And then there's of course that little mix up with the trucks. But except for that, we have it all under wraps now. No. Why are you so stuck? I don't know. But what I'm going to do, yeah, that is that I am calling this an end to this, the final, the 200th episode of this series in Workers and Resources in a Soviet Republic, where we build it all ourselves. We're now fully self-reliant. Well, that was the target, and we have achieved it. Thank you very much for following. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for the likes. Hope you will follow another one of my series whenever it is made.